5 students purchasing. So yeah.
Thanks very much, Marius. That's there's quite a lot of questions. I can feel the room simmering. We will have an opportunity in the last session for a Q&A, and I hope that the publishers are going to hang around for that, because I think a lot of the questions are going to be for them. So thanks for. Oh, don't forget your chocolate. Oops, I gave it away. Okay, I'd like to welcome next Karen Hildebrandt. And Karen is the Digital Publishing and Business Development Manager for Oxford University Press. So welcome, Karen. Okay, if you could just make sure you speak into the microphone.
So I think that was actually good leading on to my presentation. Similar to Cengage, I don't typically work directly with libraries. I'm the Digital Publishing Business Development Manager. I also have a commissioning aspect to my role, but I'm the person responsible for looking for our eTextbook solutions at the moment. So I was put forward to speak to you today rather than the people that you're used to dealing with Oxford University Press. So Oxford University Press is the world's largest university press with the widest global presence. Oxford University Press is a department of the University of Oxford. It furthers the university's objective of excellence in research, scholarship and education by publishing worldwide. We have an incredibly diverse publishing program. This often surprises people who are expecting a traditional university press offering. We publish in many countries, in more than 40 languages and in a variety of formats, both print and digital. Our products cover an extremely broad academic and educational spectrum, and we aim to make our content available to our users in whichever format suits them best. We publish for all audiences, from preschool to secondary level school children, students to academics, general readers to researchers, individuals to institutions. As a department of the University of Oxford, our worldwide publishing furthers the university's objectives of excellence in scholarship, research and education. Our main criteria when evaluating a new title for publication are its quality and whether it supports those aims of furthering education and disseminating knowledge. With this in mind, I would like to stress that I'll be talking about Oxford, Australia here today. Our higher education textbooks specifically. Our other offices around the world have different priorities and levels of sophistication and development advancement in such areas, and our current ebook initiatives have been driven in Australia by our own customer need. We also publish more locally for our market, and so things we're hearing about with Cengage, with rights and so forth, we do very little in adaptations and so forth, so we have a little bit more flexibility with what we can offer. To start with, I would like to draw attention to one of the framing comments that we speakers were provided with this morning. With the widespread uptake of ebooks within the Australian university content, our attention is now focused on eTextbooks. And there is certainly a push from lecturers and universities to have an eTextbook option available for students, although we are not actually seeing this follow through commercially at this point. At Oxford, we haven't yet seen a massive uptake of eTextbooks, and the demand is still mostly for print. We believe that this will change as models for e-textbook delivery are developed. In terms of digital and e-textbooks, our general principles at Oxford Australia are currently a focus on content, that is quality content and how to frame and guide learning, being responsive to market needs and understanding our customer, and working with existing models and making our content accessible through existing channels. We made a decision in 2011 to publish all of our textbooks simultaneously in print and e-formats. We partnered with VitalSource to create an individual purchase model, which has since proven important in providing Blackboard integration of our content and in meeting lecturer expectations that their students have an ebook option open to them. The Australian VitalSource store opened in late 2014, which means that customers can now purchase directly from their store. Our VitalSource option is a flat PDF or EPUB with added features of note-taking and highlighting, which you would be familiar with in these types of products. We have learned that an offline access option is important for university students when considering an ebook purchase. Recently, we have begun looking more broadly and considering different e-partner options. Each of these potential partners has provided a different opportunity for us and has allowed access to our content for different segments of the higher education community. I think with increased numbers of eTextbook channels open to students, we will see the use of eTextbooks continue to grow. At Oxford, we evaluate e-textbook delivery options by looking at reach, that is, how well the solution supports access and usage, sustainability, in particular the level of innovation and investment required, and how well our authors' content is looked after, and impact, does the solution deliver a good customer experience? In terms of university libraries, our relationship with ProQuest or EBL is important to mention here. In March this year, we launched a pilot of 21 e-textbooks available to libraries via the ProQuest EBL textbook lending model. We are pleased with this new partnership and its potential to contribute to our commitment to the dissemination of knowledge. We are working with ProQuest's textbook lending model, which allows for 3 concurrent users. A pilot pack of 21 titles was made available to libraries from semester 1 this year. We selected a range of titles so that we can better evaluate the results of this pilot. Titles were selected from across our core publishing areas and were a mix of backlist and recently published titles. The pilot has been well received and we aim to roll this out further into 2016, with additional titles and options available for library licensing. As well as adding additional titles to our ProQuest solution, we are also looking at short-term loan options. The need for such an e-textbook solution for university libraries became increasingly apparent in relation to the increase of online course offerings. In the case of online delivery, this is being able to access library resources electronically, as you would all know. In some cases, there is a requirement that if a text is prescribed, it must be available via the library in an electronic or digital version of the text for borrowing purposes. Our work with ProQuest is offering us a solution here. Going forward, we are open to new models of ebook delivery, and we want to be sure that the models are sustainable and that they meet customer needs. The key parameters or drivers that were outlined for this presentation this morning included the following questions. Are there more drivers that have not been considered? Will these drivers still be pertinent in 5 years? And what will the effect be of the global and local marketplace? I think the outside factors outlined as drivers will provide the most fuel over the coming years. That is open access publishing, and I think curation of the content will be the key here, and takeovers of publishing companies and content providers. But integration of traditional publishers and technology-based companies has the potential to deliver the best of both worlds, I think. We will see change. We are already witnessing some publishers move away from textbooks into educational service type businesses. However, the demand for current pedagogically sound content will remain. For us at Oxford Australia, the importance of quality content will remain a constant. How we disseminate that quality content will change. Future gazing at Oxford, we will continue to expand library subscription offerings. We will be encouraging our global higher education colleagues to make their titles and compatible digital resources available through the similar channels to ours. We will also be looking at the other materials that support our textbooks and how we can provide better access to integrated ebooks and digital resources and so forth. Perhaps there will be models for working with university libraries and potentially interacting with our publisher ecosystems. There will certainly be different kinds of imperatives with the different types of subjects we publish into and the different customers we cater to. As we publish in teacher education, for example, and also for primary and secondary school markets, there will certainly be a more cradle-to-grave approach rolled out in this type of area with our e-textbook offerings. Law would have its own challenges and opportunities, as would the other subject areas we publish into. Educational publishers will need to continue to create content and get it to students, demonstrate the value of their offerings in the face of the widespread misconception that digital content is cheap to make and distribute. Digital offers new opportunities for customisation and the capacity to cater for specific needs of customers. We have long seen custom printed publications, and certainly such models will continue to develop and change into the future. As I stressed at the beginning, at Oxford Australia, we will continue to keep in mind the university's objectives of excellence in scholarship, research and education. Our main criteria when evaluating e-textbook models is like any publishing venture in terms of its quality and whether it supports those aims of furthering education and disseminating knowledge. The emergence of e-textbooks and other digital technologies will only assist in our dissemination of knowledge. Similarly, our quality content will remain a constant factor regardless of the delivery mode. Thank you very much. Thank you. I'm sorry I had no PowerPoints too. Just had my voice.
I'm sure it was a bit of a relief. It's good to take a break from PowerPoints, isn't it? Okay. Join me in thanking Karen again.